All right, y'all. This is going to be a Dallas Cowboys stream. From the last time Dallas played, they beat the Rams 63-0. They're right now in the preseason. Their next game was Baltimore Ravens. Dallas Cowboys beat them 26-14. So their last preseason games are going to go against the Atlanta Falcons tonight. So let's see from where they're heading right this minute. Oh, okay. Atlanta coming to Dallas. All right. So from what we're looking at now, Atlanta will be going against Dallas. So Atlanta, pack your bags. You're going to Dallas, Texas.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. But tonight we've got a preseason matchup as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
Here are your Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Set for football now at AT&T Stadium. Brandon Aubrey has the honors, and we are underway here in Arlington. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a glance here at the southpaw, who will be calling the plays under center.
And he went from being the surprise pick of the first round to the full-time starter late in the season, and now he has a chance to take this team to new heights starting in 2025. Really was impressed with him down the stretch, going head-to-head with Jaden Daniels in a huge game. Now he could be their franchise quarterback for the next 10 years.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this will be caught by Mooney. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
A play fake. Now Penix. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. In motion goes McLeod. A man who was a collegiate standout nearby in Austin. It's Bijan Robinson. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. And hold on here, because
Looks Falcons got an injury.
Player will shake it up.
Number 8.
You hate to see this before the regular
season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So
y'all smash that like button.
Field goal range. Looking to throw Penix. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by, there he goes, right side. And this is going to be brought back for a full return touchdown by the Cowboys. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And oh, it's blocked. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They'll go play action here with Penix. Under pressure, and they get it to him again. Micah Parsons, his second sack of the night.
It's second down.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And the slot man goes in motion left. Penix working out of the gun here. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. So the completion good for 7 there. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Brings up 3rd and 12.
Now Penix. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
That's taken it around the 40. Good blocking there, and nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And he's coming off of an injury-shortened season where he only played in 8 games, but he's hoping to get back to an all-pro level that he played at a year before. Now, with new weapons in town, he and his team believe they can go deep in the playoffs and have a major impact.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. To throw is Prescott. Now he's going to step up and run. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, 40 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Looking to put a drive together. They'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive. And he stopped immediately there. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker. From the 20, here's the 2nd and 9. They'll throw with Penix. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Getting home that time to Marby and Overshown. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks are starting to pile up.
If they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Off the play fake, Prescott. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
He was brought down.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
A loss of 1. Brings up 3rd.
A toss to the wide side. This is Williams. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Yeah! There we go!
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 25-yard line.
Yeah! Hey, Friday!
Now a toss left side. It's Williams. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
No gain on the play.
Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Falcons, nothing. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. We'll get this up to about the 44.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel if they have a really good first drive to start with.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Here we go! Forward, splitting.
On the ground with Vaughn. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Deuce Vaughn, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are able to add on to their first half lead. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score Cowboys
Scoring
27,
summary, 3-play drive. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run.
Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38.
And the Falcons, first down. A gain of 40 yards.
To the air, Penix. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. In motion goes the tight end. Here's Penix. Under pressure, they got him again. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now it's the backup Cousins. And he's going to go down again. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it. Now here's Bradley Pinion now. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense getting set again. We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark. And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books. But it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it. Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Disrupting that play and dropping him was Arnold Ebiketie.
Yeah, here we go.
Final play of the half. Prescott nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scotty, thank you as always. Well, likely 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. Our starters likely to be out there for the 3rd quarter as we get back underway in this second half. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48 there. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Yeah!
Play fake. Here's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
It's now third down and 14.
On play action, Prescott. This one thrown deep for Schoonmaker. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. Now they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up fourth. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, first and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And this is caught at the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice game. A game there of 30 big ones.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
Yeah, here we go.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Javonte Williams scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Cowboys are pouring it on. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Aubrey now for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
The score, Cowboys 34.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing, Cousins. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Osa Odighizuwa coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Micah Parsons. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Now back to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. DeMarvion Overshown able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. It's fielded at the 45. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense getting set again. We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Touchdown, Cowboys! Javonte Williams ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Falcons, nothing. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons in there to get him again. That is sack number 6. One off the NFL record of 7.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. On play action, Cousins. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Throwing is Cousins. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. Touchdown, Cowboys! Phil Maffa, 49 yards. And the Cowboys continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Cousins to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. $12 yards on the return that time.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Dallas offense set for this next drive. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do, go and get more. Oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit of...
He's got it at the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. 44 yards.
And the Cowboys extend their lead yet again.
As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22. The Falcons offense set to go.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Looking to put a drive together.
A first carry for Tyler Algier.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And he'll get it out near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a 1st down.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long.
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. In that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Thomas. 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, standing just outside his own goal line. .33 yards is the distance on the punt there. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got me awfully happy with their execution overall.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
1 yard gain.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Ready? Let's go. Ready,
That one looks like he'll throw here. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Aubrey now for the PAT.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
62.
Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and then try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's Algier again on 2nd down.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
And it's 3rd down.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
All right, so we're going to advance to the next week. I'm going to skip all this. So next week, the Cowboys will be facing the Seattle. Let me see. Skip all this. Continue. So the next following game that they got, this is their first week, it's going to be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. So for all you Dallas Cowboy fans, stay tuned for this game. Again, the game is the Dallas Cowboys and Philadelphia Eagles. And looks like to me, Dallas is going to Philadelphia. So with all you Dallas Cowboy fans, get y'all tickets because it's going down. So with that being said, y'all, I'm your boy, Living with the Mayhems, and this is a Madden 2026 Grind Time Dallas Cowboys.